As England begin their World Cup qualifying campaign, there's lots of reasons to be optimistic about the future of the national team, with loads of talent all over the pitch. Gareth Southgate will be hoping to guide his country to international success in the upcoming Euros and following World Cup, but I've always wondered how a full English team would fare when competing in club football. So today, we transform Spurs into a 100% fully English side and try and take them to Champions League glory. So the reason I've chosen Spurs is because they're a London side. They recently spent time playing at Wembley whilst they were waiting to move into their new ground, and of course they've got their England captain Harry Kane leading their line as well. There's some decent young English talent at Spurs, no doubt about it, with a ton of foreign players, none of them usable in this save. We're going to have to clear out basically most of the first team squad here to make way to build our full English team. This is going to be a super fun challenge, man. I'm really looking forward to it. So we've got a £90 million starting budget. That'll increase significantly with the sales of our foreign players. And as for the objectives, win the FA Cup, win the Europa League and finish in the top 4. Doable, but difficult. Since we are going to sell about 66% of the Spurs first team squad, we need to start recalling our English players out on loan right now. Ryan Sessegnon at Hoffenheim, great young talent. Oliver Skip on loan at Carrow Road right now. And there's a couple others as well. They're getting recalled to the squad. They probably won't play much in the first season, but they're there for emergency cover. And again, we're selling like 2/3 of our squad, so we need as many English players to fill out the reserves as possible. Let's recall them all here. And I'm also going to terminate the loans of Gareth Bale and Vinicius as well. We can't use them, so we might as well save on their salaries. And as for the players on the transfer list, well, this is a full rebuild or restoration, if you will. Obviously, a few players we won't be able to sell in the first transfer window, so we need to swap them. I'm talking about the likes of Matt Doherty, who came in from Wolves, Højbjerg, Lo Celso, Reguilon as well. Quite a few that we'll have to try and swap in the first window. So here we go, let the clear out begin. First player to leave, Eric, King of Raboners, Lamela. He's off to Juve for £25 million. This is going to be a long first transfer window, so buckle up guys, because this is going to take a while. Next man to leave, Lucas Moura, just agreed a £30 million deal with Pep Guardiola. He's off to the Etihad Stadium. 2 down, plenty more to go. Interesting bid here for Sanchez. Atalanta want him, but not for any money, but a player swap. No lads, I need the cash. They've been offering me player after player in these negotiations, and they just won't give me a transfer fee at all. 23 mil was all I was asking for, but Atalanta say no. Ooh, but we should get a lot of money out of these boys. PSG want Ndombele. They've got the cash. If I take out Idrissa Gueye, we should be able to get a lot of money. Go on, Poch, help your old team out. 75 mil. Oh, yes, Pochettino, Spurs legend, baby. Loved in North London. Thank you very much. So after the sales of Lucas Moura, Lamela and Ndombele as well, that raises our budget to over £200 million. Can't wait any longer, man. Let's bring in some players, come on. So I've got the whole England squad and some young talents on my shortlist, but the first player I'm going to sign is a centre half. I want a strong English back line here. Eric Dyer will stay, of course, and I want him to partner Joe Gomez. And I just agreed a £66 million deal with Jurgen Klopp, and he's become my first signing of the new English era with Spurs. So Gomez in, 5-year deal, 80 grand a week. And alongside Eric Dyer, that's my first of many players to come in this summer transfer window. The rebuild has begun, baby. And England have so many great creative players, and this guy is going to be my next signing here with Spurs, James Maddison. As I mentioned earlier, I'll need to swap some players in this first window, and I think Leicester might want Lo Celso, you know. They do indeed, and that's really good as well, because that softens the transfer fee significantly. And since we can't sell him, this is the best strategy for these sort of players here. 15.2 mil plus Lo Celso, best deal we could do there. And I've just agreed a 5-year, 70 grand a week deal with the agent, and James Maddison becomes signing number 2 of the new Spurs era to join Joe Gomez. The question is, where does he play? He's a really versatile player, but do I play him on the right? Maybe playing through the middle, where his natural position is, on the left-hand side? Not sure. Still got a lot of money remaining, so let's get a new right back, shall we? And of course, I'd love Trent Alexander-Arnold, Liverpool. Little bit out of our price range in the first season, I think, though, but Aaron Wan-Bissaka is definitely viable. And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has fleeced me on this transfer, but since I can't use Reguilon, I guess I don't mind too much. 37 million plus the Spaniard, though, for Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Great deal for Manchester United, but I needed a right back more than I need a player I can't use. So Wan-Bissaka is the next man in. Our back line looking a lot better now with him and Joe Gomez joining Eric Dyer and Danny Rose. We still got over 100 million as well, so this transfer window is far from finished. And I've just negotiated 2 sales for 2 fullbacks, Ben Davies to Benfica for 22.5 mil, and also Serge Aurier going to Sevilla for 27.5 mil. Oh, and a huge bid's just come in for Son. Lazio, 110 million, my goodness. I love Son, I think he's class, but since we can't use him, we might as well sell him, and whilst I couldn't get any more money out of Lazio, 110 million is still a fantastic fee to receive. That's a really good sale. And unfortunately, whilst Ben Davies transfer talks broke down, Sergio Aurier is off to Spain, and Son is off to Lazio as well. So a load of money coming in there for those 2 players. Over 130 million for those sales. That's going to bump our budget back up over the £200 million mark. And I know who I want next, baby. I can't put it off any longer. We've got to bring him in. He's on every major English club's transfer shortlist right now. And it's going to be Spurs that win the race for the big dog, Jadon Sancho. Time to come back home, son. And I'm buzzing that Dortmund want Matt Doherty as well. They're not budging on 167.7 mil. Hopefully they can get it down just a little bit. But getting rid of Matt Doherty's salary is really crucial as well. Go on, Dortmund. Yes! And there we go. 165 mil plus the right back. Come back home, Jadon. I think it's South London he's from originally, but now he's coming to North London. 5-year, 78 grand a week deal. Welcome to Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, Jadon Sancho. We win the lottery. Sancho is in. He'll play on the right. I'll have Maddison on the left and Ali supporting Harry Kane as well. That attacking front 4 looks very hard to stop now. We still have quite a bit of money left over, 75 million. Before I make any more signings, I want to sell some more players. We've got 2 bids here to our centre-halves, Davinson Sanchez we couldn't sell earlier, and also Toby Alderweireld, wanted by Atletico Madrid. Hopefully this time we'll get Sanchez to leave. Well, I've got to be honest, I didn't negotiate very good deals with Granada and Atletico Madrid. Only 25 mil for Sanchez and 30 mil for Alderweireld, who in my opinion is worth a lot more than that. But either way, we can't use them, so we might as well take the cash we can get. And Everton wants Sissoko, just negotiated a £15 million deal with Carlo Ancelotti. He looks like he's on his way to Goodison Park. So the Sanchez deal hasn't gone through, but Alderweireld has gone to Atletico Madrid and Sissoko has joined up at Goodison Park as well. And now when you combine those sales with the season ticket money as well, we've got around 127 to 132 million pounds in our transfer budget. So more signings to come, this window's not done yet. And Declan Rice is my next man in. He'd be absolutely perfect sitting deep and allowing the front 4 the freedom to attack. Now David Moyes is keen on Dele Alli, that's not going to happen, but if he wants a midfielder, I've got Højbjerg right here, and to be honest, he's I think around the same age as Rice, maybe a couple years older, but a better player. I wonder if he'll do a straight swap deal. Go on, Moisey. Yes, Moisey, I've always liked you, son. Always liked you. Thank you. That's the bargain of the window right there. We can't use Pierre, so we get Rice in for free as he goes the other way, and the salary is around half of what the Danish midfielder was on as well. Declan Rice in. He'll sit alongside Harry Winks in our defensive midfield duo. That is an absolute class bit of business there. I'm buzzing with that one. Thank you, Moisey. And that means we've got more than enough money remaining to bring in the future England #1. Dean Henderson from Manchester United. Let's bring him in. And I just negotiated a really decent deal as well. 45 million for the 23-year-old. He's got great potential, and that is a really, really good deal when you think about what it'll be worth in the future. So Henderson in, 5-year contract, our new #1. And the future England #1 replaces the past #1. Joe Hart to the bench, Henderson in between the sticks. That's a great signing. Next up, a backup striker for Harry Kane. 2 names on the list, Tammy Abraham of Chelsea or DCL of Everton. And I think I'm going to go for the toffee. And they want Bergwijn, which is really crucial to bringing down that transfer fee. Him and 16 million, and DCL is going to be our backup striker for Kane. I don't think he'll play much. In fact, I don't think he'll play much at all. But you know what? We need more quality on the bench. DCL, welcome. And I know we've got Rose and Sessegnon, but I wouldn't say no to Ben Chilwell or Luke Shaw. Let's see what we can get for the former Leicester left-back first. And I don't think I'm going to bother with Luke Shaw now because Tuchel wants Ben Davies, and that's really crucial as I couldn't sell him to Benfica earlier. 32.5 mil and a bigger sell-on clause. Go on, Thomas. You know you want Ben Davies. You know you want the Welshman there at Stamford Bridge. Go on. Yes, thank you very much, Tuchel. That's a really good deal. The former Fox thought he was on his way to West London, instead he's coming to North London. Ben Chilwell in 5-year contract. And I know Ryan Sessegnon's a great option for the future, but with Danny Rose being in his 30s, I wanted a better quality starting left back for now. I love how our defence is looking. Still need to fill that bench out though, not much quality there. So just over 40 mil remaining, and a backup centre half is a good shout. Ezri Konsa of Aston Villa, no caps yet, but I'm sure he'll get some soon. He's a really good young defender. And I've just negotiated a £20 million plus Joe Rodden deal for the 78 rated 22-year-old. You can see now I'm scrambling to get rid of the foreign players quickly before the transfer window ends. So Konsa in, 5-year deal. Again, he's not had an England cap yet, but I'm pretty sure he'll get one soon. Very good young defender. Ezri Konsa, welcome. And joining him is another young English defender without a cap. Max Aarons of Norwich, absolutely superb young right back. He's swapping Carrow for the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. £9 million is all it cost to bring him in. Another really smart piece of business. And it's now time for the captain of Spurs to leave as well. Been here almost a decade, but now Hugo Lloris looks like he's on his way to the Netherlands. Just negotiated a £34 million deal, and I think he's off to the Johan Cruyff Arena. Farewell, and thank you, Hugo. Actually, I jumped the gun there. He's not off to Amsterdam in the end. Sanchez has finally gone, but Lloris's transfer talks broke down with the Dutch side, but instead, he's not going to the Netherlands, he's going to the south coast of England, accepted a £26.3 million bid from Southampton, and Lloris is going to St Mary's. What a very interesting career move for Hugo Lloris. Now with those two sales going through, we got around 60 mil in the budget, and now I'm going to sign one of the highest potential English players in the game. You know who he is, Mason Greenwood of Manchester United. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has been playing hardball with me this entire negotiation. I can't even get him down 200 grand. He's like, no, 41.2 mil, not a penny less. Okay, Ollie, have it your way. 41.2 mil for Greenwood. And the teenage wonder kid is in. 5-year deal for Mason Greenwood. I don't think he'll start in this team, but coming off the bench, he looks like a real threat with the pace he possesses. Mason Greenwood, welcome to Spurs. They've got around 18 mil in the budget, but I'm going to make just one more signing for what has been a very long transfer window. Liam Delap of Manchester City, very talented young striker, and of course son of Rory Delap as well. Known for those long throw-ins that cause so much chaos at Stoke. I'm not sure his son possesses that sort of trait. It's not why we signed him, but Liam Delap is in, and a really good striker of the future. Only 17 years old, but certainly one to watch, this kid. And so I've just released Jamie Bowden, who's the last foreign player remaining. Couldn't find a buyer for him, and I'm done for the summer transfer window. There is around 16 mil left in the budget, but I'm going to leave it. I like how this team is looking, particularly the defence. Dean Henderson in goal, and the back four being Chilwell, Gomez, Dyer, and Aaron Wan-Bissaka as well. There is a lack of quality and depth. For a first summer transfer window, I'm satisfied. So 16 million remains in the budget. That'll carry over to next season, but when you look at the business we did in this summer transfer window, when you talk about a rebuild, this is a rebuild, a complete clear out of the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. And when you look at the new signings coming in, so many included a player that we had in the deal as well. And we spent almost £450 million assembling this full English team for Tottenham Hotspur. We're still a 4.5-star team, but I must say I really like the groundwork we've laid down in the first transfer window. Let's simulate through to January and see how our English Spurs team are getting on. Come on, you Spurs. Well, I think we're smashing this. Just got through to the 1st of January. We've got the Blades away at Bramwell Lane in the FA Cup. Manager rating is decent, and I've got a suspicion we might be top, you know. Well, we're not, but we're second, and we're only a point behind Manchester City. That's an interesting league table, by the way. Sorry, we're 1 point behind, but that's an interesting table, that. Where are Manchester United and Chelsea? There they are, mid-table. That's fascinating, wow. Obviously, League Cup ain't important, but we were knocked out in the 3rd round by Liverpool. FA Cup, as you saw there, we got Sheffield United away at Bramwell Lane. And I'm pretty sure we qualified for our Europa League group, and we did indeed. Feyenoord away in the first leg of the round of 32, and yeah, we topped it, 4 wins out of 6, 13 points on the board. Good stuff, on course. Squad's doing quite well as well. Wan-Bissaka's up to 85 overall. Joe Gomez is 84. Sancho is 88. Maddison up to 84. And Harry Kane has become our first 90 rated player as well. James is our player of the season so far as well. Up 2 ratings and 13 goals in 21. Makes him our top scorer so far. So let's simulate through to the summer then and see if we can achieve those objectives. Win the FA Cup, win the Europa League and stay in the top 4. Come on, you Spurs. Well, we tanked the cup. But we are through to the Europa League final. Napoli, get in. Oh god, and I tell you what, the second half of the season was atrocious in the league as well. And we lost the Europa League final by 1-0 against Napoli, so we've failed both of our Cup and European objectives. And yeah, I mentioned it just there, we totally choked in the second half of the Premier League season as well. We only won, I think, like 7 games during the simulation. We were 1 point behind City in January, and we ended up finishing in 4th, 18 points behind. Well, that's disappointing. I mean, we get the top 4, which is what the board are asking for and what I wanted, but look at this in the FA Cup. Knocked out in the 4th round, the replay at home to David Moyes' West Ham. I think it was Hojbjerg coming back and blunting us there. But yeah, lost the Europa League final, Napoli won that. I think it was PSG that won the Champions League as well, so yeah, tough first season that. Still, considering the rebuild we did, not a massive surprise. Henderson grew 3 ratings by the way. Chilwell's up by 2, as was Gomez to 85 overall. Konsa only grew by 1. Wan-Bissaka is now 86 rated. Fantastic growth from him. Aarons grew by 1. Rice went up by 2. Very consistent in the Premier League. Maddison, our player of the year though, growing 2 ratings to 84 overall. And 18 goals made him our top scorer this year in the Premier League, ahead of Kane. Also saw Greenwood, Delap and Kane grow 1 rating apiece this season as well. But as for the star, Jadon Sancho, he joins Harry Kane in the 90 rated plus club. 10 goals, 6 assists in the Premier League and a 90 rated right midfielder. So I really like how this team progressed in the first season. Yes, in the Premier League we choked away a title challenge, but still finishing in the top 4 was the most important thing. And for the Europa League to reach the final, not too bad. I think the FA Cup really was just the most disappointing of the lot. Still, we laid the groundwork in the first season. I like how the team has transitioned, but for next season, going into Champions League, we'll need to bring in a couple more star players, I think, to give us the best possible chance of competing. Not a terrible first season, but bring on season 2. Champions League, here we come for season 2. I'm hoping for a big budget, and we have got... oh wow, £180 million for Season 2. Massive budget from the board, but I just saw those objectives there as well. Massive objectives too. Gonna be a tough season this, but lots of cash to play with. So obviously, I showed you the squad at the end of Season 1. I think really, I'm looking for a class holding midfielder to replace Harry Winks, and possibly a new attacking midfielder and drifting Maddison in from the left-hand side. That's going to be my target for this summer transfer window. As for departures, I've just seen that Danny Rose agreed to join Everton on a free transfer for this season, so that's totally fine with me. Wasn't going to play much now at 31 years old. And as for the transfer list, several players came back from loan. Gazzaniga, Carter Vickers, Foyth Rolls and Troy Parrott as well. They're all going to go. Ben Chilwell will stay though, he's listed by request. And for my big target this window, I'm thinking either Sterling or Rashford to play on the left-hand side, and whilst Raheem is the highest rated at 89 overall, I'm going to go with Marcus Rashford instead. He is 3 years younger, I think he'll have more potential. Let's bring him to Spurs. And Solskjaer is just continuously doing me in this save and squeezing every penny out of me. 140 mil, yep, okay, fair enough, I'll take it, but that's way more than I was expecting to pay. That's a huge transfer fee to part with there. But you know what, for all the great work he's been doing off the pitch, I'm happy to pay it. Marcus Rashford is becoming a legend in every football fan's eyes for what he's doing off the pitch right now. But he's in on the pitch, he'll be playing on the left-hand side for us here at Spurs. And yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do here. Marcus on the left, Maddison moving to the middle, and with Sancho on the right supporting Kane up top. That is a deadly front four. We're going to score a lot of goals. And I don't think we'll get much money for player sales this season either, as the players we are going to sell don't have a high market valuation. But first man to go, Juan Foyth, he's off to Real Sociedad for 14 mil. And the next man to go, one of my favourites, Paulo Gazzaniga. I love you, Paulo. I'm so sorry, but you got to move on, son. 7.5 mil is all Fulham had to pay for a class goalkeeper. Paulo Gazzaniga off to Craven Cottage. Season ticket sales have definitely shot up there in West London, no doubt about it. And with 64 million remaining in the budget, I'm going to sign a new midfielder. I was looking for someone to partner Declan Rice and sit deeper, but to be honest, two great attacking midfielders here in Phil Foden and Mason Mount. I think Phil is a little bit out of our price range, but Mount we could definitely afford. Where we play him though, I'm not too sure. He's definitely a big target of mine, so I'll try and bring him in, but I don't know how I'll fit him in. 55 million is the fee we paid for the Chelsea youngster, but I have no idea how I'm going to fit him into my squad. I mean, he could play deeper, but I'm just thinking, is that a waste? Surely I can't have him coming off the bench, right? but can he play deeper alongside Declan Rice? I mean, I think I'll try him there for now, but it's an interesting one. And as I've just negotiated the sale of Cameron Carter-Vickers, the American is off. And now with the season ticket money coming in as well, we've got around £26 million to work with. And to be honest, whilst I love how our first team is looking, I wouldn't mind a better backup goalkeeper for the bench, as Joe Hart is a little bit too old now. Nick Pope and Jordan picked for my 2 targets, but I'm going to go for the Everton shot stopper. Jordan, he's my next man up. And I'm hoping we'll have enough. I'm not budging. I'm not going further than 22.5 mil. And Carlo says yes, thank goodness for that. I thought we were going to run out of money there. And whilst he won't start over Henderson, he will be on the bench over Hart. Pickford in, 5-year deal, 61 grand a week, and a better backup goalkeeper for the bench. Now, with no money left over, we are done for the window. So I've just released our other 2 foreign players here, Jack Rolls and also Troy Parrott. Someone's going to get a bargain there, picking up the young Irish striker. But that's our business done for the window. Much quieter than last season. 3 sales, Carter Vickers, Gazaniga and Foyth, and 3 signings coming in as Mount, Pickford and Rashford join our fully English Spurs side. So improvement over last season. We are now a 5-star team. But the question is, can our full English team go to the Champions League final like the board want, win the league title and win the FA Cup as well? Very strong objectives laid down by the board. Let's simulate through to January and see how we're getting on. Come on, you Spurs. We have been bossing the league. Absolutely bossing it. And I think we're top, you know, but with a 72 manager rating, maybe not. Let's find out where we are in the Premier League first. And just like last season, we're second. And just like last season, we're neck and neck with Guardiola's Man City. Carbon copy. Now, I'm kind of nervous about the Champions League, so I only think we won 3 games out of the group. We were knocked out early in the League Cup, but... Oh, yes, we are through the Champions League, round of 16 against Dortmund. But yeah, not to my surprise, we did finish runners-up. We only won half the games. That's a tough group campaign, that. Really liking how the squad is developing. No Sancho and Kane in the 90s. Rashford 1 away from hitting 90. And for the players coming in this year, Pickford yet to grow. That's because he's yet to play in the Premier League. Rashford's gone up by 2 though, 18-21. Great start for Marcus. And Mount, unsurprisingly, hasn't played much. The AI manager not wanting to put him in the defensive midfield position. Let's simulate through to the summer though and see how Spurs have got on. Come on, you Spurs. Oh, we are bossing this. We are... I've just jinxed it. I think I just totally jinxed it. We were bossing it. We've been bossing it in the league. We've been knocked out of the Cup semi-final, but we are through to the Champions League final. Get in! So I'll stop the simulation ahead of the Champions League final, and I think we have won the Premier League, so I'm always caught out by this every single time. I wish there was a way to disable the animation, but yeah, I think we bossed the Premier League, and we were bossing it in the FA Cup until I jinxed it as well. But in the Premier League, yep, I felt very confident indeed. We bossed the second half of the season, finished 9 points clear of Manchester City and avenged our demons of last year. Premier League is in the bag. Kane, a big reason why we won the Premier League as well. I think we won like 13 games in the second half of the season too. But he was the Golden Boot winner this year with 24 in the Premier League. Man City did win the Carabao Cup. Arsenal in the end, who beat us in the semis, won the FA Cup. So I jinxed the FA Cup there, as we could have been on our way to a treble, because we have of course got the Champions League against Manchester City as we try and win it in our second season with this full England team. So of course we're going to play it. Champions League final against Manchester City. Come on you Spurs, and come on England.
Will you please welcome both teams to the pitch?
Rice through to Kane, and now Sancho with Tagliafico to be out wide. Need to get Kane the ball inside the area if I can. Oh, brilliant. There we go, exactly what I wanted to do. Kane making that little drifting run in field, and as soon as Sancho spotted him, he picked him out and Kane fires us in front. KDB trying to turn Declan Rice, forced back to the left back, and now Aguero offloads to the Belgian. Nice little ball inside, and Sergio drills it in. Wow, that lead did not last long. How long was our lead in there? What, 5 minutes? Very next attack, Man City back on level terms. This could be a Kane versus Aguero final, you know. As Harry finds James, back towards Kane, got Laporte to beat, shields the ball well. Oh, he's so clinical. Kane at the double, 2 in 30 minutes for Kane, and we're back in front. Yeah, I think this is going to be Kane versus Aguero tonight. Harry with the second, 2-1 Spurs. Well, action-packed first half that, but we're 45 minutes away from the Champions League final. Harry Kane's double puts us in front twice. Question is now, can we hold on? Got to go over receiver corner here. Got to go over Cork City Classic. Sancho to Kane. Oh, he missed it. Rashford, surely no. Yes, second time. And Rashford puts it in for our third. Ederson missed the ball. The Cork City Classic receiver corner. Get in. Rashford with the goal. But I want to see that on the replay. Kane causing chaos. And Ederson just totally flapped at it. Rashford gets 2 bites of the cherry. Gobbles it up and puts us 3-1 up. Man, I am really struggling against Aguero and KDB. At the moment, whenever they get on the ball, I think one of them is going to cause some danger. And as they link up here, De Bruyne fires it home. Man, oh man, they're unstoppable. Come on, ref, where is that final whistle? Oh, there it is right there. Oh my word, see the top left there? That stoppage time was going on forever. There it is. It is all over. Spurs have won the Champions League, or should I say England have won the Champions League. Harry Kane captains his side to glory, and with our full English Spurs team, we've done it in the second season. I've got to be honest here, I thought it was going to take 3 or possibly 4 seasons, starting off with a 4.5-star team, needing a complete rebuild. We laid down the groundwork in season 1, and in the second season, the additions of Rashford, Pickford and Mount, of course the first of the 3 being the most influential, really helped us get over the line, I feel. Winning the Premier League, yes, in the FA Cup, getting knocked out by our North London rivals Arsenal in the semi-final, but winning the Champions League as well, absolutely fantastic. So Harry Kane will lift it aloft. Spurs and England win the Champions League. And it's possible it takes 2 seasons, a full England team winning European glory in the Champions League. So that is it then. Spurs and England are Champions League winners in the second season, and I have to say I had an absolute blast rebuilding this Spurs team and making it fully English. Of course there are certain players I'm sad I missed out on, like Raheem Sterling and Phil Foden and Jack Grealish and so on and so forth, but for the most part I really liked changing this Spurs team, giving them a totally English squad. It was a lot of fun. Gets you in the mood for a club and country, doesn't it? It was really enjoyable, this challenge, and a lot of fun with it. So I want to say thank you very much for watching the Spurs series, guys. Spurs series, the Spurs English Champions League FIFA 21 challenge, guys. Really hope you have enjoyed it, and if you have, then please do drop a like. I'm certainly thinking about doing this again with another team in a different country, maybe PSG and a full French side, perhaps maybe Bayern Munich or Borussia Dortmund and a full German side, maybe. I'm not entirely sure, but I had loads of fun. I want to say thank you very much for watching. Really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you have, then please do drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you for another FIFA 21 challenge very soon. Wow.